thank everyone for coming today. This has been a long time in coming, and a lot of folks have put a lot of effort into this. The Webster Lake Promenade development will create jobs, generate new sales tax, and provide new retail opportunities, restaurants, and services for our citizens, businesses, and visitors. This project is the result of a partnership that started 2 years ago between the city, North Glen Urban Renewal Authority, which we know as NURA, Hawkins Development also. All three groups have worked together through a lot of meetings and a lot of long nights to bring us to this point. And I think all of you know that. And I have to mention also that Debbie probably has spent a lot of waking nights even over and above the meeting. So yeah, thank you. These projects did not happen without a lot of support from behind the scenes from many people. I know that Kevin Hawkins, the principal owner of Hawkins Development, will be recognizing many of the financial partners and contractors on this project. But I would like to personally acknowledge some people that have been instrumental in getting us here today. If you would please stand and be recognized, Hawkins Development Team. If you could stand. Thank you for all your work. The North Glen City Council members, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for coming. North Glen Urban Renewal Authority commissioners, please stand. The North Glen Planning commissioners, do we have any here today? Okay, but they were a big part in what we're doing here today. North Glen staff and support departments, all of you, please stand. And special thanks to the city project leadership, David Willett, Brooks Svoboda, Corey Hoffman, Jeff Parker, and Debbie Tuttle. We would also like to thank many of the past leadership members that have shared the vision and have started this process. If you are in the audience, please stand. Past North Glen mayors and city council members. Do we have any past now? Jill, I know, is here. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Jim, it's good to see you. Okay, past NURA commissioners. Any past ones here? No, but again, they were very instrumental in everything we did. Past planning commissioners. And again, they were also, without them and their vision, all these people, we wouldn't be here today. Let's give these people another big hand. I mean, this is very important. Now, this is a very true statement. For months, people have been asking, not only myself, but the council members and NURA commissioners, what is going in on this site? What is happening? What stores are coming? And we couldn't talk about it because we just couldn't share, our hands were tied. My husband came home not too long ago and said to me, I was really embarrassed at the swimming pool. And I said, why? He says, because they told me that he would know, if anybody did, about what was being planned over here. And you know what? He didn't know. So, so he was really embarrassed, and he came home to tell me about it, too. Hawkins Development and David Hicks Lambert, the broker for the project, have been working hard to attract quality tenants to this project, and today we are very, very pleased to formally announce them. I'd like to welcome you and thank you. Thank the following businesses that are coming to North Glen. Please, the representatives, stand up when you're called. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. Do we have anybody from Bad Daddy's? Cafe Rio Mexican Grill. Jamba Juice. Jimmy John's. Welcome. Thank you. Jim and Nick's Barbecue. If you're here. Longhorn Steakhouse. Longhorn. Pacific Dental Services. Panera Bread. And I know you're. Sleep Number by Select Comfort. Anyway. Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe. I am looking forward to every single one of the ribbon cuttings that we're going to be having in the near future. And welcome again to North Glen. We will be having a reception following this groundbreaking, and I encourage everyone to learn more about the businesses and welcome them to our city. Also, I just want to mention thank you, Panera Bread, for catering this today. So thank you very much. Before you leave, please make sure you pick up a commemorative candy bar and construction vehicle. And we have one for everyone here. Please note that the dirt is actually from the construction site right over there. So you have the original dirt, the original commemorative gift. Also, if Rosie and Kevin would come forward, we have a little commemorative vehicle for both Nura and Hawkins development to remember this day. I'm going to let Rosie put that down, and I'm going to turn the program over to Rosie Garner, the chair of the North Glen Urban Renewal Authority.
One short person followed by another short person. No, you're not. Is this an excellent day or what? There's a lot of history. I guess that's what I was assigned to talk about behind this property. I'm not using my glasses, but the font is very large, so you could probably read it from here. That history involves a lot of emotions, good and bad. For your education, I guess, and listening pleasure, I'm going to do a short rundown, very short, of the history behind this pretty excellent day. Over the last 10-year period, the city and Nura jointly acquired, assembled, and prepared this land for redevelopment, which included the demolition of the aging buildings on the frontage property of 120th and Grant. And you can actually see the old site of the Days Inn being excavated as we speak. How great is that? In fact, there's a memento, and I'm supposed to hold up a brick here. Debbie's holding the brick. That was handed out in the demolition of the Days Inn Motel on April 12, 2004. The tagline on it says, "Break through the past and plan for North Glen's future." That was always the mantra for this development. I was a city council member when some of the later parcels of this land were assembled. The original vision for this property was conceived by councils dating back 10 years or more. We all took some heat for those purchases, that heat continuing over the years, as it just seemed like nothing was going to happen on that corner. But most of us were determined that the dream and of the end product we're experiencing today would surely happen despite huge struggles, namely conflicting visions between developers and the city, along with the Great Recession that virtually stopped pretty much all retail in the metro area and even across the country. As Mayor Downing said, we've had our share of developer hiccups on this property, 2 to be accurate. I'm confident that the third time's a charm. And I'm confident also that we can do this without Marilyn Monroe and Clark Gable. Some of you aren't laughing because you weren't here for Marilyn Monroe and Clark Gable, but they were here. Today we recognize the past history of this property, all those elected officials who stood steadfast and gave us the opportunity today to celebrate our future. I want to mention that this is a poster child project for urban renewal and how it can transform distressed properties into vibrant commercial areas. Northglenn does urban renewal very well, always with great results thanks to a fantastic and forward-thinking group of NURA members. Who consistently work in concert with the City Council. I'm turning my page now. To make things happen in Northglenn. Finish the sentence. I want to especially thank this City Council and Mayor Downing for the partnership NURA has experienced in working through the details of this project. The good relationships we've had over the past couple of years is clearly evident in the successful outcome we see today. This redevelopment project has been a long time coming, but well worth the wait. After what the mayor described as all the restaurants, I'm getting very hungry. So with that, I'm going to introduce Kevin Hawkins from Hawkins Development, and he'll share with you the details of this project. Won't you, Kevin?
Thanks, Josie. Well, I think the third time is the charm, and we're very excited to be involved. The city and NURA had to go through an RFP process to select developers for this, and I guess they had a couple of false starts. And then my son Jake, who really couldn't be here today, he's out of state, he called me and said, hey, Northglen's doing an RFP. I go, is that the one they've already done twice? And he goes, yeah. I go, I don't know, Jake, maybe there's no good bones there if it's not happening. Now come on, Dad, you got to do this, and his true quote was, I need your gray hair. So anyway, we showed up, and we have fallen in love with your city. So you've got a beautiful piece of property that we were fortunate enough to be selected on. You have great people, you have great leaders, you have great staff, and we're very privileged and pleased to be making an investment, a fairly substantial investment. This is going to represent about a $13 million project that you see behind us there. And so I wanted to recognize my team that's here, that Jake, who I mentioned, that's not here, but Charlie Hammond is going to be our project on-site manager. Laura Andrus, where's Laura? Laura's right there. If you need anything from me, you must talk to Laura. And she makes the place run. And so in the city, the mayor and Chair Rosie's already been acknowledged. Really the staff, it takes a whole complete staff, but Dave Willett, thanks for all your hard work and effort and level mind to keep me grounded as we had our ebbs and flows in this. Probably of all the staff, he towers above them all physically, is Brooke. But he did more work than anybody on this, including me. And Brooke, I really appreciate the long nights, the long emails, the prompt responses. Thank you very much. Debbie Tuttle, who is the admin leader for NURA. She's just been a great cheerleader and an advocate for the city, going to ICSC, talking to our prospective tenants. It's been really exciting. And if you look behind me, you can see the traffic count on 120th. It's a very substantial traffic count. And if you look over to the west, I-25 has a tremendous traffic count. And you look at that from a business standpoint, that's what we looked at. We looked beyond what was here to see what could be here. And this development that we've come upon, and it's been approved now and started construction, is going to be not only a great gathering place for the city and the extended community, but it's going to be a great economic engine for your city. Sales tax is what makes cities tick, and this is a great sales tax engine that we're excited to deliver. Our general contractors, Wayner Construction, Curtis, stand up please, and Jerry Downs, our superintendent, and Derek J., our project manager. Jerry Downs actually is a longtime and current resident of Northland, so he can ride his bike to work. And we have Private Bank, which is our lenders, Craig Poulter and Sarah Miller. Of that 13 million I mentioned, most of that money's theirs. And I promise to pay back, Craig. And then last but not least, our commercial brokers that lease this out for us, David Hicks and Lambert. Phil Hicks is here. Phil, stand up. Phil's the founder and main principal over there. We are virtually 100% leased, and in my tenure of doing this, you're never at the point leasing where we are now when we're just breaking ground. So Phil, thanks for your good efforts and expertise. If there's any developers out there, I highly recommend them. So thank you very much. You've heard enough from me. The more important thing is going to be the ribbon cuttings, and once Curtis brings this in on time and on budget. So thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. I looked up the other day and through some of my files, we started talking to you in 2011 about this project, and here we are. And we should be done with our buildings, just to let you know, by February, middle or end of February, we'll be done with our part. Normally, then you turn it over to the tenants, for the tenants to do we call it tenant finish, to do their little build out. Depending on the tenant, it takes 30 or 60 days for them to do that. We've got a great lineup of tenants. Longhorn Steakhouse is part of the Darden Restaurant Group, which is Red Lobster and Olive Garden, but Capital Grill and some of those groups too. So it's a great steakhouse, and it's going to be very successful. This Bad Daddy's Burger Bar is really a fun concept. The people that own Good Times Hamburgers bought it as a concept out of North Carolina, and not too far from Maryland. And it's very high end. And we're going to actually do, in a partnership that we did with Nura, we're going to have a rooftop patio and a rooftop bar for a night and weekends. I promise the food's going to be outstanding, and it's going to be a great rooftop patio. And then we have Sleep Comfort, which is the dial your number on your bed. They're one of the top 5 sought-after tenants in the country. They're on a short list with Apple computers themselves, and Phil and Jake can tell you the rest. But they're that good of a tenant. Pacific Dental, bring all your kids. It's a one-stop shopping you can get orthodontics, pediatric dentistry, everything from A to Z. Be one-stop shopping for that. Jamba Juice, Cafe Rio, which is from Utah, a great Mexican restaurant. They've got one down in Hamden, or on Colorado in Cherry Creek. If you haven't seen that, that's great. And then Panera Bread, who was so kind to cater this. You'll get to sample some of their food here, and they'll have a drive-through window. So if you're in a hurry, you can pick up your Panera Bread. They're a great restaurant group, and we're pleased to have them. Jim and Nick's Barbecue. There's one in Southlands, down in Aurora. It's Alabama barbecue, and it's serious food, and really good. You'll like that. And then Jimmy John's is going to anchor our building G here. They've indicated they want to be the first ones open. You've seen their commercial, how Jimmy John's, they're here. They want to be the first ones on the scene of the crime. So we'll make sure that happens. So we're very thrilled. We've got a couple more tenants that we're just finalizing our paperwork. We'll be 100% done. I'm not at liberty to disclose it since it's not fully signed. So thank you for so much for granting us this opportunity, and we're excited about our investment and the future we have in Northland.
Before we do the groundbreaking, I just wanted to make an announcement that Commissioner Eric Hansen joined us. So thank you very much. And also a representative from Congressman Perlmutter's office also. So thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Ja.